Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about one of the famous book, Advice to a Young Scientist by Peter P.B. Medawar. Sir Peter Brian Medawar was a British biologist and writer. For his scientific work, he is regarded as the father of transplantation. The Medawar Prize, named after Society co-founder Sir Peter Medawar, is recognized as the world's highest dedicated award for most outstanding contribution in the field of transplantation. He has won the Nobel Prize in Psychology and Medicine in the year of 1960 for discovery of acquired immunology tolerance. The one of his first advice is, how can I tell if I am cut out to be a scientific research worker? The scientific research worker have desire to get research degree along with its consequential benefits. They have desire to face the challenge in solving the unsolved problem, that is concern over practical problem, initiate research. Desire to get intellectual joy of doing some creative work. Desire to be of service of society. Desire to get respectability. Then the next question is, am I brainy enough to be a scientist? But scientist does not need to be brainy, but they should dedicated towards science to discover something or know something. Science is not about knowing stuff or learning answers. It's about finding things out and asking questions. The scientist should be curious, patient, detail oriented, creative, persistent, communicative, and problem solver. Then the next question is, what shall I do research on? It is necessary that the scientific research problem should be a interesting one. Any problem can be interesting if it is studied to a specific sufficient depth. A good research topic should be broad enough to allow you to find plenty of material, but narrow enough to fit within the size and time constraint of your paper. It can be said with complete confidence that any scientist of any age who wants to make important discoveries must study important problem. Dull or fulfilling problem yield dull or fulfilling answer. It is not enough that problem should be interesting. Almost any problem is interesting if it is studied in a sufficient depth. Then how can I equip myself to be a scientist or a better one? It is psychologically most important to get in research work. It is psychologically most important to get results, even if they are not original. Getting results, even by repeating another's work, brings with a great access of self-confidence. The young scientist feels himself one of the club at last, can chip in at the seminars and scientific meetings. As there is no knowing in advance where the research leads to or what kind of skill it requires as it unfolds, the process of equipping oneself has no predetermined limits and is bad psychological policy. The great need to learning a new skill is an urgent need to use it. Therefore, many scientists do not learn new skill until the pressure is upon them to do so. Thereupon, they can be mastered that new skill very quickly. Then the next question is sexism and racism exist in the science? Some of the people thinks it's fun to be a woman scientist because they don't have to compete. But in reality, it is far from the assumption. According to the National Science Foundation, women scientists comprise 43% of US scientists. The world is now such a complicated and rapidly changing place that it can't be kept going without using the intelligence and skill of approximately 50% of its human race. Then the difference between younger and older scientists. No working scientist ever think himself or herself as old, so long as health, rules of retirement, and fortune allow them to continue with research. They enjoy the young scientist privilege to feeling themselves born anew every morning. It is an assumption that creativity deteriorates sharply with age, but it's not the truth. Then the experiments and discovery. No experiment should be undertaken without a clear preconception of the forms its results might take. The result of an experiment is never the totality of observable. The result of an experiment is almost always differences between at least two sets of observables. Then come prize and rewards. Scientists like sportsmen and writers are in running for whole variety of prize and other rewards. The brighter side of prize and reward are that it sheds light on good opinion and boost the moral and confidence of scientists, whereas uh, the negative effects are it The young scientists get too much success too early can divert the scientist from their path. Scientific process. The day-to-day business of science consists not in hunting for the facts but testing the hypothesis that it is asserting if their logical implication are statement about real life or to see whether or not they work. The outcome science is a logically connected network or theories that represent our current opinion about what the natural world is like. One he or she have some hypothesis to work on. The scientist is in business. The hypothesis will guide them to make some observation rather than others, and will suggest experiments that might not otherwise be performed. Scientists soon pick up by experience the characteristics that make a good hypothesis. In scientific mechanism and scientific versus scientific mechanism. In an attempt to make scientific discovery, every problem is an opportunity, and more difficult the problem is, the greater will be the importance of its solution. Many young scientists hope that the science they come to love can be the agent of social transformation, leading to the betterment of mankind. Thank you.